Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to another video. Taking a little bit of a break from trolling all of the grifters, and we just have a lot of serious things we need to talk about. And I want to talk about it because I truly do believe the market is going to get worse, which you guys know. It's been about 3 or 4 weeks now since I completely stopped buying stocks. Like, I haven't bought anything in a while. I just all cash. And I know it's not popular to sound like a mega bear because retail doesn't want to hear that. But I definitely think, as a YouTuber who talks about stocks, I have a responsibility to tell the truth and present the best data that I can, right? Doesn't mean we're going to always be right 100% of the time, but I just want to break down this data for you guys, like just what we're seeing, right? And just kind of tell you guys what's up ahead and just honestly say that if you're still holding speculative stocks, if they make up too much of a percentage of your portfolio, you really should get out. Because things are going to get worse. You haven't seen anything yet. And some people were in my comments like, this is your first bear market, blah, blah, blah. It's not my first bear market, but it's my first extended bear market, right? Because I started trading in 2017. 2020, we had a bear market. I remember that bear market very well. It was terrible because it dropped so fast, right? Horrible. But it quickly recovered. So some people argue that that wasn't actually a bear market, even though it technically was, but whatever. So this is definitely my first like extended bear market. Like, it looks like we could be in a bear market like for a while. You know what I mean? And let me just tell you what I'm seeing, right? So we pretty much broke all technical supports today. Everything. Tesla broke a huge technical support. The S&P 500 broke a huge technical support. Let me see if anything else. Where's Apple at? Yeah, Apple broke a huge technical support. Google broke a huge technical support. Disney is almost under $100. It's just rough out here. Then on top of that, the Fed is getting more hawkish and tightening aggressively. And the Fed already told everybody, Jerome Powell literally just spoke and told everybody, we're going to do whatever we can to stop inflation. That's it. That's all there is to it. We don't care about the stock market. I mean, he didn't say that word for word, but read between the lines. It's like, yeah, we're stopping inflation. That's all we care about, right? Consumer sentiment is at a record low, right? You've got the highest CPI data in decades. Yes, it technically went down a little bit, but I'm not so sure we're still seeing signs. I'm not so sure that we're seeing signs that inflation is peak. I don't think we know yet. And unfortunately, you still have people who refuse to accept the fact that we are in a bear market, even though it just got confirmed today. The S&P 500 literally is now down 20%. That's a bear market, right? And I think what's going to really make everybody really see that we're in a bear market is when we make that next leg down. And trust me when I say there's going to be a next leg down, right? And so if you go in history a little bit, historically in bear markets, people have held on to stocks that took decades to come back. And I don't want to see that happen to you guys. That's why I think we all have to swallow our pride. It's not just me. Or it's not just you. It's me too. It's you too. Everybody. We all have to swallow our pride and just say, you know what? We were wrong. A lot of us have not been in this game for decades. We haven't seen a true, mean, nasty bear market like we're getting right now. And this is pretty much what we're in. We're pretty much what we're going to get. This is going to be our reality for the rest of the year. I'm here to tell you guys this right now. I'm sure we'll get some rallies. I'm sure it won't be panic selling forever. But I think for the rest of the year, it's going to be a bear market. So now that we know that, what do we do? For me, I told you my strategy. I'm holding cash. I recognize the fact that I'm not a professional trader. So I'm not even going to try and trade this. I'm not even going to try. Most of the money that I made was long-term investing, at least the money that I have left from. But the bottom line is, what do we do now? You can't go back in the past. What do we do now? I'm going cash. It's that simple. I'm not saying I'm going to panic sell everything. I'm not panic selling my stocks. Most of my money is in index funds anyway, but I'm just going to let the market do its thing. I'm just going to exercise patience and I'm going to let the market die. That's what you're seeing. The stock market is dying and I'm going to let it happen. I'm going to sit on the side, wait. It's not quite time to buy yet. The time will come where it starts to make more sense to buy. But I think for right now, we're in for a load of pain. I really do. I don't think there's any way you can deny it. I just explained it to you guys. I mean, we're breaking all technical supports. Sentiment is terrible. Looks like we're in a recession. There's nothing good really happening in the world of finance. It's all bad. So again, I have to say this. If you have too many speculative positions, or if you have too many speculative positions, or you have speculative positions in your portfolio, if you have too many speculative positions, you got to get out. I'm sorry. Now, if you have some speculation in your portfolio, but it makes up a tiny percentage, which I harp on this so many times, if it makes up a tiny percentage of your portfolio, like 5% or something like that, of your overall portfolio, like your overall net worth, then fine, whatever. But I know a lot of retail investors, a lot of people bought a bunch of stocks that are very speculative and risky, and it makes up the entirety of their portfolio. And I hate to say this, and I know people get mad at me, but I have been saying for a month now that all of Jeremy's stocks are going to die and continue to go lower and lower and lower. And it's panning out that way, guys. I hate to say it. Tattooed Chef, Voyager Digital, The Honest Company, Oatly, whatever. All those crappy stocks, they're not coming back, guys. Palantir I'll throw in there. They're not coming back. I'm sorry. They're just not coming back, especially in this bear market. Not coming back. They're only going to go lower. So what's the point of being stubborn and holding when you could take what little cash you have left and prepare to get into some good blue chip stocks? Because the time is going to come to buy some companies that are extremely overvalued. But for right now, I just don't understand why folks will be holding stocks. And then the crazy thing is I still have people comment on my videos and say I'm an idiot for telling people that you should hold cash and be patient. And I got people comment on my videos that keep saying, be greedy when others are fearful, and buy the dip every day. You got to buy. No, sometimes you got to exercise patience. I'm not saying you can't buy the dip. Yes, you should buy eventually, but not right now. You should buy when the time is right, and there'll be different indicators and factors that'll show you when it's time to buy. But now it's just not that time. It's really rough out here. And unfortunately, when you listen to people like me, Kevin, and Chris Sane, who keep buying the dip religiously every day, this is a good learning lesson for everybody who's new to the stock market. This is what happens when you're dealing with people who don't know what they're talking about themselves. You end up getting creamed. Or at the very least, at least people who don't admit that they're wrong quickly, right? Never said I wasn't wrong about stuff. I was wrong about Apple. I was wrong about Microsoft. I was wrong about Tesla. And I apologize for it. And I admitted that I was wrong. And I understand that people are going to troll me forever because I've opened myself up to that, and I got to accept that. I talk about other YouTubers, and that's kind of what my content is. And so I can expect that there are going to be people who are going to do the same thing to me. So I can't get mad at that. So that's fine. I just won't respond to it. I will continue to do what I do because I believe that what I'm doing is right. But the bottom line is buying stocks is just not a good idea. It's best to sit and wait, be patient, continue to live your life. The bright side to this, let me end this on a bright note. This is going to be one of the greatest opportunities in history to buy stocks at very cheap valuations and build a crap ton of wealth. The most wealth is built during recessions, during market crashes, during corrections. And what's crazy to me while we're on the correction thing is there are actually people on CNBC today and yesterday who kept saying, oh, this isn't a bear market. This is just a correction. And then the S&P 500 just hit bear market today. It literally went down 20%. That is so funny, but whatever. It just goes to show you a lot of these Wall Street finance guys don't know what the heck they're talking about either. So who do you trust? Who do you believe? Who do you follow? You trust yourself. You put in the work to really learn this stuff, and you trust yourself and what you see happening in the world. And I gave you some indicators to pay attention to, right? Just to help you. The Fed, inflation, consumer sentiment, recession. Those are the different things you're going to want to pay attention to. That'll kind of let you know when it's time to buy stocks, right? And that's just the best thing that I can say. But for right now, we got a bumpy road ahead. This is not the end. This is just the beginning. I can't make that more clear. I think things are going to continue falling, and it makes sense why they would. And so for me, I have a legit strategy. I'm stacking up as much cash as I can. So when the time comes, I am going to slowly inch my way in and build generational wealth, hopefully, in this downturn. So anyway, there you guys have it. That'll go ahead and conclude today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one.